Hi, I'm Shelley. Welcome back to my channel. This video I'm going to talk about some of the books that I'd like to read in the month of May. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've been sick for over a week now. And I've been putting off recording some videos because of my voice, but I'm just going to do it anyway and see what happens. I may have to pause a couple times. The first book that I want to read is actually an e-arc, and I'll try to remember to put up a picture here somewhere, and it's called 52 Ways to Reconcile, How to Walk with Indigenous People on the Path to Healing, and it's by David A. Robertson, and this is an essential guide for all Canadians to understand how small and attainable acts towards reconciliation can make an 52 Ways to Reconcile is an accessible, friendly guide for non-Indigenous people eager to learn, or Indigenous people eager to do more in our collective effort towards reconciliation as people and as a country. As much as non-Indigenous people want to walk the path of reconciliation, they often aren't quite sure what to do and they're afraid of making mistakes. This book is the answer and a long overdue guide. The idea of this book is simple: 52 small acts of reconciliation to consider, one per week for an entire year. They're all doable and they're all meaningful. All 52 steps take readers in the right direction towards a healthier relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in a time when we are past trauma. By following these steps, we can live stronger and healthier communities equally and respectfully together. So I've read many books by this author, and I saw this one actually comes out the middle of May, so I'd like to read, and I've been thinking about purchasing the book, so I thought, well, ARC was available, so I thought I'd read the ARC through, or maybe even just skim through, and then I think I'm going to purchase the book after it comes out. So that one does seem interesting, and as a non-Indigenous person, I've read quite a few books by Indigenous authors, mostly Canadian authors, because I am in Canada. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. And the next book that I want to read is this one here called Welcome to Murder Week. And that one is by Dukess. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name or not. This was an ARC I received from Simon & Schuster Canada. And there is no synopsis in the book, so I'm going to have to look it up and tell you what it's about. Let's see, welcome. And this one comes out June 10th, so I like to read this one in May before it comes out in June. And it's like a cozy mystery thriller, so I guess it's on the lighter side of the mystery thriller genre. This one is about, let's see, an American woman travels through the English countryside when she discovers tickets her late mother had purchased for a murder mystery simulation in a small British town. So when 34-year-old Kath loses her mostly absentee mother, she is ambivalent. With days of quiet, unassuming routine in Buffalo, New York, Kath consciously avoids the impulsive, thrill-seeking lifestyle that her mother once led. But when she is forced to go through her mother's things one afternoon, Kath is perplexed to find tickets for an upcoming murder week in England's Peak. A whole town has come together to stage a fake murder mystery to attract tourism to their quaint hamlet. Baffled but helplessly intrigued by her mother's secret purchase, Kath decides to go on the trip herself and begins a journey she never could have anticipated. And she teams up with her two cottage mates, who are both mystery lovers, and set her on this little journey, I guess. And so this one seemed very interesting to me. It's a mystery, and involves a murder mystery type thing. So I am looking forward to reading this one before it comes out in June. And the next one is a recent purchase. Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man by Jesse Q. Sutanto. And this one is more or less a sequel, I guess, to the other book, Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. And so this is like, I guess, this continues on after the other book. So I think you would probably maybe want to read the other book first to kind of get an idea of who Vera Wong, what she's like, and things like that. But this one, ever since a man was found dead in Vera's tea house, life has been good, for Vera, that is. So I don't want to read too much because then it might give away things that happened in the first book. But Vera comes across a distressed young woman who was obviously in need of her kindly guidance, according to Vera, of course. The young woman is looking for a missing friend. And fortunately, while cat-sitting, Vera finds a treasure trove of Selena's briefcase. Inside is a file about the death of an enigmatic influencer who also happens to be the friend of that young woman was looking for. So, online, Xander et al., a parade of private jets, fabulous parties with socialites, and a burgeoning career as a social media influencer. The only problem is, after his body is fished out of the water at Mall Rock Beach, the police can't seem to actually identify him. Who was Xander Lynn? Nobody knows. Every contact is a dead end. Everybody claims not to have known him, even his parents. Vera is determined to solve Xander's murder. After all, doing so would surely be a big favor to Selena, and there's nothing she wouldn't do for a future daughter-in-law. So, I'm looking forward to this one. And actually, this one, the Buzzword Reading Challenge for May, on the cover challenge is eyes. So, of course, on this cover, you can see Vera Wong's eyes. And in the title, 2TO or 2TOO, in the title of the book. So, of course, this one is Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. So that would qualify for both of the challenges. And also, I didn't realize until this morning that this one would also cover both challenges because it has the word 2 in it. And there are eyes on the cover. Well, you can almost see the second eye. So that's those two. And I have quite a few Agatha Christie books. And this one here, 3-Act Tragedy, I'm planning on reading this month. I was reading them in order, the Hercule Poirot ones in order, but I did kind of skip ahead in a couple. But that doesn't really bother me because I've seen all like the TV shows and movies from years ago, so I kind of know all the stories, sort of. So in this one, Sir Charles Cartwright should have known better than to allow 13 guests to sit down for dinner. For at the end of the evening, one of them is dead, choked by a cocktail that contains no trace of poison. Predictable, says Hercule Poirot, the great detective, but entirely unpredictable is that he can find absolutely no motive for murder. So I actually just started that one. I also have the audiobook, so I listened to it while I was on my way to get groceries on the weekend. Excuse me. So I listened to it in the car. And yeah, that one I'll be reading. This one here I've been putting off, and I kind of just carried over to the next month. Grave Secrets by Kathy Reichs, and this is the 5th Temperance Brennan book in the series. And I'm hoping to read this one this month. Last month I didn't get a lot of reading done. I wasn't feeling well. And so I'm hoping to get it read this month in May. I'm going to try. This one, Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. I'm not sure if that's the right pronunciation. I've been meaning to watch this. I think it's on Netflix. Movie adaptation. I've heard mixed reviews, but it sounds kind of interesting. One of those apocalypse type of movies and books. So this one here, Amanda and Clay head out to a remote corner of Long Island expecting a vacation, a quiet reprieve from life in New York City, quality time with their teenage son and daughter, and a taste of the good life in the luxurious home they've rented for the week. But with a late-night knock on the door, the spell is broken. Ruth and G.H., an older couple who claim to own the home, have arrived there in a panic. These strangers say that a sudden blackout has swept New York, and with nowhere else to turn, they've come to the country in search of shelter. But with the TV and internet down and no cell phone service, the facts are unknowable. Should Amanda and Clay trust this intruding couple, and vice versa? What has happened back in New York? Is the vacation home, isolated from civilization, truly a safe place for their families? Are they safe from one another? So that one does sound very interesting. So I'm hoping to read this one this month. And my library, it does have an audiobook, and it says it's about 4-week wait. So I'm hoping that it'll be available sometime before the end of May. And lastly, my TBR jar, my veteran books, they've been on my shelves for longest. Last month I picked Michael Crummey's Galore. I have not read it yet. My library has a audiobook, so I'm waiting on the audiobook, and right now it says 8 weeks, so I'm not sure. Sometimes people do skip, so I might get it sooner. So I'm hoping to get the audiobook this month so I can read it. If not, I might start it anyway, or I might wait till next month for the audiobook. The last book, so now I'll pick from here. There's 8 books left, so I'll pick May's book and see what that one is. Let's see. And it is, okay, let's see. Okay, this is a shorter one. Life of Pi by Yann Martel. And I've had this book, of course, for years, and I know there's a movie adaptation out. Let's see if I can get this down. Maybe it's close. Oh, it's right on top. It works out good. And it's this one here, Life of Pi. On the back says, "One boy, one boat, one tiger, a modern classic." So I don't really know much about it, except that it seems like there's a storm on a ship, and I guess the boy wakes up and there's happens to be on a boat with a tiger. And that's about all I really know about it, but I can see if I can bring up a description there. It's not in the book, in that edition of the book I have. Life of Pi. And it says, it says here, Life of Pi is a fantasy adventure novel. Came out in 2001. The protagonist, Piskin Molitor, Patel, or Pi as he's called, a Tamil boy from Pondicherry, explores issues of spirituality and practicality from an early age. He survives 227 days after a shipwreck while stranded on a boat in the Pacific Ocean with a Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. So, still not really much of a description, but it's probably all you really need to know, and I'm probably not pronouncing any of those names correctly, but I'm going to see if there's an audiobook. Because when there's names I'm not sure if I can pronounce, I do like to have the audiobooks so that I know I'm pronouncing them correctly. Alright, so that's that one, Life of Pi. That will be my May TBR pick. Along with all of these, let's see if I can get them all in a pile. And I thought this was going to be an easy month, but it does seem like I got a few books there to read. Not sure how many I'll get to, but we'll find out soon enough, I guess. So hopefully my next video will be out sooner rather than later, because my voice seemed to have held up pretty good for most of the time. So I want to get 2 or 3 other videos been hoping to record. So if you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them. And hopefully I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.